ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Sports tourism continues to take off here in the Bahamas, and there are more exciting events to come over the next 3 years.
We have a big football game later on this year with Batum Cookman College, and that's going to be September the 26th. We got a big international rowing competition coming to the Bahamas. We got kickboxing on ABC coming to the Bahamas. We got the PGA coming to the Bahamas. All of these is for 2015. And so we have a number of events going to take us straight through to 2017. We have an NCAA track and field competition for 2016 with 25 of the top Division I schools. So there's a number of projects that tourism is working on right now. So this is an exciting time for the Ministry of Tourism.
Now, another sports tourism event getting set to hit the Bahamas will be the second edition of the Chris Brown Track and Field Invitational. The event is set for April 11th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium.
I'm looking forward to all Bahamians coming out and showing their support and just basically showing up in numbers. We are having the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the 400 hurdles, the 110, triple high jump, long jump, and you're going to see a surprise. I have a surprise that Bahamians has never seen before in history, which is I have a Paralympic team of Blade Runners that will be coming on the run inside the 100 meters.
It's getting down to crunch time at the 32nd Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic. A couple more schools eliminated last night, among them the British West Indies out of the Turks and Caicos Islands. They fell to Temple Christian 49-36. Shantan Boateng and Diego, they each had 15 points in the win. Also eliminated yesterday, the private school champs, the St. John's College Giants. The Giants fell to Abaco Central 62-55. Benson Ferguson led the way in the win with 19 points. Bradley Altador added 15, while Dante Mitchell finished up with 11. Dwight Wheatley led all scorers in the loss with a game-high 23 points. Datario Thompson and Rashad Green both chipped in with 11. In other action yesterday, Mangrove Key made their tournament debut. They started strong but struggled down the stretch, losing to the Jordan Prince William Falcons 48-36.
I think they gave it up at the third quarter when they saw the score was like they was up like about I think 13. They just give it up. They wasn't playing defense. I had my big center. He had up the third quarter. He didn't even have a foul, so I think they slacked off on the defense. We were short of seniors. We have about 5 or 6 players from the junior team since we were last minute to come here. So it was last minute preparation, but still I feel like we could have gotten that game. However, they did not put their play into practice. They started off the game, the first 2 quarters pretty well, executing the plays. But after the third and fourth quarter, they started playing 21 ball. We knew it was going to be a difficult tournament. Besides going to North and South Andros, this is our first time since being at Mangrove Key for 7 years. We have came to Hugh Campbell. So I know the first game would have been some jitters because some of my team, this is like their first time into a gym and having a lot of spectators. So after the first game, the winners and loss wasn't too bad, but I think their game should be much better next round.
Central Eleuthera saw their first taste of tournament action yesterday as well. They were no match for the government school champs, the C.I. Gibson Rattlers. The Rattlers win this one 70-45.
We gotta continue to play the basketball we need to play to continue to be successful in the tournament. I think that we were very sloppy early on, but we caught ourselves and we started to adjust defensively. We forced a lot of turnovers and create a lot of offensive plays for us, so it was pretty good for our guys tonight.
You know, we had 30 turnovers in that game. You know, you can't play basketball when you keep turning over the ball. We matched up pretty good with C.I. Gibson, you know, coming out the break, but you know, if this is a tournament, you got to want it in order for you to win it.
We got to work on our free shots. We got to work on our proper rotation, especially on the defensive end. We got to get sharper. Our big men got to be more effective if you want to be successful. Every day is a different day. Every game is a different game. So we got to be prepared. You know, you never know. Kingsway gave us a run for our money. You know what I mean? Who we play next, you just never know. We got to be ready to play, man.
First and foremost, we need more playing games. You know, we've only completed actually 8 games in total to compare to what C.I. Gibson has 30 games. We just as great as them, you know. It's just that we now need to go back to the drawing board and come back as a team.
Agape out of Abaco, they've really made their presence felt at Hugh Campbell over the past couple of years, and they were in the win column yesterday, taking care of Zion Academy 52-42.
We have a gym in Abaco, so we practice a lot of shooting. So that's the trademark of our team, is just shooters. That's what we do. We got to clean up a few things, a few mistakes here, they have mental mistakes. But for the most part, I think we can go all the way. I don't think they have their bearings yet, and they're playing a team like Agape who's well coached, and you know they get their chemistry going over there. So we just have to regroup, you know. And so lack of experience and exposure really is the team's demise.
Now there's no rest for the weary. Zion Academy right back on the court again this morning in a win-or-go-home game against South Andrews. This was a competitive ball game throughout, but when the final whistle blew, it would be Zion sending South Andrews packing 63-57.
We fought hard, and I told the guys, it's win or go home, go fishing. So what we did was we hunkered down. I saw they never lose their composure. They continued to fight and battled, and you know, we came out victorious. Thank God for that.
The game was all in our favor, you know, but you shouldn't put excuses on everybody. But you know, I mean, some bad calls down the stretch really cost us the game. Really hurt my guys. Zion, they play all season, they play all year round. So down the side, we play once a year, all right. And these guys come over here, prove themselves that they could run against these big boys in Nassau. You know what I'm saying? But we can move forward. We can move forward from this one. The main thing of this tournament is to getting your kids exposed, you know, to like level 1 or level 2 colleges and stuff in the United States. That's what it's all about.
The private schools runners-up, the Queen's College Comets, also won their elimination game today, 55-37 over Westminster, and they now move on to face Zion tomorrow.
We just got to play organized and just stick to our system. Once we stick to our system and worry about what we do best and clean up what we do wrong, then we should have no problem.
QC is a very good team. They're well coached. They got some bigs. They got a full squad. You know, we're down. We don't have a full contingent, but we got to continue to fight and we got to continue to believe. I told those guys, I say, when you came in this tournament, did you believe that you were going to win 2 games? And they was like, no. I say, hey, look, well, you got to believe now you're going to win 3.
The North Long Island High Basketball Jamboree playing alongside the Hugh Campbell, and that's where we find our Julian Gibson.
Benson, let's start with the junior boys. NGM Major taking on Ellen Coakley out of Exuma. NGM Major would edge out Ellen Coakley 19-18. Now, despite the loss, Ellen Coakley head coach Ann Bullard believed her team played pretty good.
Under 14 boys, dynamic. I'm impressed with them. And, you know, as the tournament go on, we can get better. This is their first real tournament, so I'm proud of them.
How far can they go?
We're going to play Long Island again to get to the championship.
You sure about that?
I definitely. They have some guts and they hate losing. Anybody hate losing. So I know now they're going to pick up their spirit because they know they could beat the team.
Now in the second junior boys game, North Long Island junior boys, boy, they put it on Charles W. Saunders 20-17.
We just gone hard, work hard, dedication, determination, and discipline and desire. That's how come we got with the W.
We played with great ability, and I'm sure we could do better once we believe in God, and we could do anything.
Our offense wasn't good. Kyle right here, coach set him up for the 3, but he didn't accuse it, so that's why we lose.
Turnovers, easy passes we could have came through, but stolen.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
All right, thanks a lot, Julian. Well, the Dan Marino and Friends Bahamas weekend will take place tomorrow at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Nat Moore is one of the Miami Dolphins legends in town, and he says they have a special treat this time around for the young ladies.
We've got cheerleaders coming over. If some of the girls that are in the camp want to learn something about cheering and dancing, we can do that. Anytime you bring the cheerleaders back, it gives the fans a chance to spend some time with them as well. Because, you know, when you think of the Miami Dolphins organization, it's the current players, it's the former players, it's the cheerleaders, and of course it's the fans.
Friends and family of the late Ozzie Arnett showed up to the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium last night as a memorial was held for a man who many considered to be the biggest sports fan in the Bahamas. Arnett lost his life in a tragic house fire last November, and track coach Greg Cash paid his tribute through prayer.
We thank you, Lord, for helping to keep the family together at this time. We know, Lord, that we know with you all things are possible. So we thank you, Lord, with all of our hearts now as we reach out in faith to say, Lord, we know it's going to be a glad reunion day and heaven won't be the same anymore because we know Ozzie is there, and I know he's going to be selling chocolates and he's going to do his dance and he's going to make you happy.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, the Bahamas Night comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.